Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. Beginning with news from Trinidad and Tobago, a 77-year-old man is dead after he was trapped in a fire started by bandits who robbed his family before setting his Chaguanas home ablaze on Monday. Fire officers said Ramdi Ragu died after becoming trapped in his Bridell Road home around 11 a.m. The man's daughter claimed the family is involved in a dispute, and Monday's attack was a third on the family. She said an attempt was made to torch the house in 2018 and again on Monday. According to her, around 2 a.m. on Monday, some men started throwing Molotov cocktails at the house and a fire started, but it was later extinguished by her husband. The woman said upon setting the fire, by the time she shouted "fire, fire," the men ran off. She said her sister, who was home Monday morning, told her two men entered the house and proceeded to rob her and her son before setting the house ablaze. At the time of the fire, the elderly man was asleep after taking his medications, and efforts made to remove him to safety proved futile. We now move our attention to Mexico. Huge crowds gathered across Mexico on Sunday to oppose a government drive to shrink the Independent Electoral Authority, arguing the changes threatened democracy in what appeared to be the largest protest yet against President Andrés Obrador's administration. Organizers said in Mexico City over 5,000 people attended, with video footage on social media showing a central Zocalo square filled with protesters. One police officer nearby said he had heard the 500,000 figure, while others gave lower estimates. Mexico's Congress last week approved a major overhaul of the National Electoral Institute (INE), which López Obrador has reportedly attacked as corrupt and inefficient. The president denies the changes will weaken Mexican democracy, but critics have vowed to take the legislation, which slashes the INE's budget and staff, to the Supreme Court. A 58-year-old psychologist from Mexico City taking part in the protest said she was worried López Obrador's overhaul of the INE was an attempt by him to take control of the Electoral Authority so he could stay in power. The woman and thousands of others converged towards the Zocalo city. The INE and its predecessor played a key role in creating a pluralistic democracy that in 2000 ended decades of one-party rule, according to many political analysts. And we close by telling you that Ferdinand Ferdi Mahfoud, 85 years old, founder of Food for the Poor, died peacefully on Sunday surrounded by his family. Quote, "Our family, while we mourn the passing of Ferdi, we rejoice in his life and his founding of Food for the Poor, which has benefited hundreds of thousands of recipients in the Caribbean and Latin America. Ferdi is now right where he always wanted to be, with our Lord God in heaven." End quote, the family said in a statement. Mahfoud established Food for the Poor in Florida on February 12, 1982. The organization initially sent resources to Jamaica, where he had observed firsthand the plight of people suffering from poverty, disease, and the impact of natural disasters. Mahfoud once explained what was going through his mind that was the catalyst for the birth of the charity. Food for the Poor president and CEO Ed Rain expressed his profound sadness over the loss of Mahfoud and said he leaves behind a legacy of love and compassion for the poor. As the charity expanded, Ferdi and his wife traveled throughout the Caribbean, bringing resources to countless people in need. The charitable organization officially launched its operation in Jamaica in 1983 and created a model that it would later replicate in other parts of the Caribbean and Latin America. Mahfoud's goal for the families and children served by the charity was that they break free from the cycle of poverty. He believed that education and self-help must fortify charity work to make a true difference. And that's all for tonight's regional news. I am Joel Vogt. Thanks for watching, and back to you, Alethea.